Today's video is brought to you by TCG Player. Use our TCG Player affiliate link down in the description to help support all the work we do here on the Mind Sculptors. A bitter laugh escaped Jessica. Think on it, Chani. That princess will have the name it shall live as less than a concubine, never to know a moment of tenderness from the man to whom she's bound. While we, Chani, we who carry the name of concubine, history will call us wives. Oh, hello there. I just got done reading Frank Herbert's classic sci-fi epic, Dune. Now, did I read the last quarter of Dune yesterday? Yes, absolutely. Hyper-focused on it. Did it break my brain in half? Also, yes, it was insane how the book ended. Holy cow. Was this the best book I think I've ever read yet? Yes, 100%. Absolutely. Best book I think I've ever read to this point. Should you read it if you haven't? I don't know. If you like in-depth critiques of politics and religion set in a dense sci-fi world, sure, absolutely, read this book. It really has nothing to do with this video, to be honest. I just really liked Dune the movie, so it made me want to read the book, and I greatly enjoyed it, and I really wanted to recommend it to the people that are listening if you haven't read it. And yes, I just really like this book. You should read it if you can stomach how dense this book is. It's really dense. So anyway, according to YouTube user Fen, I need to clean up my background. So be right back. Gonna go do that real quick. Is this better, Fen? Okay, so I'm out of breath. That actually was way more exhausting than I thought it was going to be. Holy cow. Maybe I'll do a different try next time, but for now, I'm a huge Rams fan, so dear Kurt Warner, please bring us good tidings. We're playing at home. You would think we could win if we're hosting the Super Bowl in our stadium. You would think we could win. Anyway, okay, so we're in the middle of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty spoiler season right now, and I don't want to get too deep into some of these cards just because of the fact that we're going to talk about them during our set review, but boy, has it been a time for me. Ardenn Stoneblade, or Jeskai Stoneblade, which is the deck that I've been working on a lot recently. You can see it's the deck I've been working on a lot recently, and already it's gotten two immediate staples in Lion Sash and the Reality Chip. But we've also gotten a couple of testable cards, like Restoration of Iganjo. I think that's how you say it. If I'm messing that up, please don't yell at me. I'm bad at pronunciation. While recording this, this card, Cloudsteel Kieran, got spoiled, and Jesus Christ, this is also really good and is going to go into the deck. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I guess I'll talk about it in the set review. But this is also a card we're considering, and another card that was spoiled today with Living Inspiration. That card might go in over Counterbalance. I'm not sure. I'm going to test it in that slot and we'll see how it works. But the real card, the pièce de résistance, if you will, is Anchor to Reality. This card was just spoiled today. So this is the MTG Goldfish translation, so it might not be perfect, but this is what the card does. Anchor to Reality is a 2 colorless and 2 blue sorcery speed spell that reads, as an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Search your library for an equipment or vehicle card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. If its mana value is less than the sacrificed permanent's mana value, scry 2. So before we get too deep into this video, if you are not familiar with Ardenn Crom or the Jeskai Stoneblade archetype that I've been working on, you can go listen to our Brewer's Choice episode that Ian Cobble and I did a few weeks ago about Ardenn decks in general. A small overview for those of you who don't want to sit through a 2-hour-long podcast. Jeskai Stoneblade is a control deck that uses Ardenn to both cheat equipment onto our creatures, leaving us mana open to, control the game. But it also can be used with cards like Skullclamp to take out an opponent's smaller creatures or mana dorks, or in the case of Najeela, take out its warriors. It also plays Crom because card advantage in the command zone is good, obviously. But Crom can also be the stick with which you mercilessly beat your opponents with. There are some people in the community who've had to play against this deck a handful of times and can contest that sometimes you just get beat to death by Crom, but also Ardenn. But that's just the reality of playing against this deck. It's oppressive as fuck, and I love every second of it. So why is Anchor to Reality so good? Because it's tinker for any equipment or vehicle that also lets us scry sometimes. Yeah, so this is an amazingly good card. What this enables is allowing our deck to not only use our mana rocks and such, but also our creatures to sacrifice to this is absolutely amazing. This is going to get us stuff like Umezawa's Jitte, Sword of Fire and Ice. I was already planning on testing Embercleave in this list, but now I just feel silly for not playing it at all, quite frankly. This card is a huge fucking deal, and cEDH players may not see it right away, but it's a hell of a card. Seeing as Lion Slash may very well see play in a lot of decks in general, Anchor to Reality may also encourage more people to try out equipment-based strategies like Ardenn Crom. I haven't tried Ardenn Thrasios, but I want to. So maybe I will work on that sometime. But anyway, the more we play, the more we are figuring out what is really viable in the format. And we're learning that more various archetypes are viable in cEDH. Hopefully this will lead to more people trying out Stoneforge packages in their decks. And if not, fine. I'll have all the fun myself. Thank you for joining me today. I know these videos are a bit different from what we usually do here on the channel, but I hope you all enjoy them. If you liked this video or any of our other content here on the Mind Sculptors, please give a like and subscribe and comment down below. Tell me what you thought about not just Anchor to Reality, but all the cards that I talked about in the decks. Also, if you would, please consider joining our Patreon. Not only will you get early access to new podcast episodes when they are recorded in advance, but you will also get access to our Discord server where you can catch people like Phoenix and friends talking about spoilers all day long. Also, if you want to pick up some Mind Sculptors merch, you can head on over to themindsculptors.com/shop. Thanks again for watching, and from all of us here at the Mind Sculptors, I'm Callahan, and we'll see you next time.
I'm in line with the stars, I'm in sync with the earth. 10 toes deep, flower child from the turf. I never switch sides, like even when I die, I'm a ride for the squad, ladder ties in the hearse. I've been on the vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass the vibe, doing 80 to the house, then I hit it to the sky change. Haters spill from my lips, feel bent from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beats with the slap, pin myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's capped. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, limit time when I chat. I'm burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I write to give a piece of myself to the page, I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
Truth in the glass in the mirror.
Yeah.
Do it at me, old man, tryna pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see the ass.